This is Dee with Divine Needle, and welcome to the age of Aquarius. Oh, yeah. Happy Tuesday. I have to redo the new moon reading because Gabriel and Ed and I decided that, and my higher self decided that that reading was a warning reading. I'll explain. Yesterday's new moon reading had Artemis pointing at the death card, highest priority. It also had the King of Scepters and the Contender, which is 5 of Scepters, and 4 of Wands Foundation card, home, family, right? And the Artemis card was right underneath and pointing at the death card as the highest priority. And then the 5 of Swords, take no prisoners, they told me. They told me that a lot when I pulled that card. And then the joyous one, Mimir as well, underlying 7 of Pentacles, the Earth Goddess Sybil. Yeah. Well, they were telling me, the Earth Goddess, that I needed to send a warning message to a King of Scepters, which is the twin flame pair that's staying with us while getting their house ready. Is he's a Taurus, but he has extremely heavy Aries in his chart, and I knew he did. I told him he did. I said, these Aries readings are for you. No doubt about it. That I was watching. And indeed, we looked his chart up, and he has tons of Aries in his chart. Anyway, I digress. That new moon reading was a warning for me to send messages. I ended up getting some very vivid dreams yesterday, one including a pink Thunderbird, old school Thunderbird, with the hard top that you could take off to make it, convertible, right? Pink, pastel pink, old school Thunderbird, a T-bird. Remember, I've talked about them calling me Phoenix. I woke up with them screaming, Phoenix, at me. Yeah, a Thunderbird, the Phoenix, right? Can't make that up. Anyway, that Thunderbird was wrecked when it was sitting out in a parking lot. It was fine when I went in the store and I came out and it was heavily damaged. So between that reading and that wreck that I saw in my dream, I took the message. You have to stay open to all the signs they give you. Anyway, I sent messages out because we had an ice storm last night. And the twin flame couple staying with us right now was out at their new place. And I told them, you're not supposed to leave. Do not leave and try to come here. And that stubborn Taurus Aries was going to do it anyway. And I was talking to his significant other, and I told her, I said, you tell him to watch the reading I did yesterday. And I said, tell you what, I'm going to pull a couple of cards and ask whether you're supposed to come back here or not tonight. And the cards that came out were the Moon card, the Five of Pentacles, and the Death card. And they were telling me, take no prisoners, joyous one. And what to be mindful of, prepare for. So I took no prisoners last night. I pulled rank on him and told him, you're staying put, period. End of subject. Anyway, so talked to them this morning. They're safe and sound. And now that the light of day is here, it's safer travels. So, and likely some salt on the roads by now. So they're on their way here. And I wish them slow speed. Anyway, all right. Got to pay attention to all the signs, folks. They give them to you in all kinds of ways, and they were giving them to me hard yesterday. They want to make sure I'm listening. Yeah, it was a test. Divine trials, right? Anyway, so I got to redo our new moon reading because the emergency of yesterday took precedence. Yes, precedence over the new moon reading. So I've got to redo that, and I will do that tomorrow during I do the weekly tomorrow on hump day, and so I'll take care of that new moon energy too on a totally separate reading. But anyway, so that explains why you're getting 2 new moon readings, because the last one wasn't actually for the new moon, it was for last night. All right. I was divinely guided to do 2 readings yesterday, just not for the reasons I thought. Okay. So it is what it is, right? Remember that reading about with the death card? It said the card, the oracle card that was pulled with it, said it is what it is. They were telling me it is what it is. It is the death card if they try to travel back. So anyway, it is what it is. Straight up. Wow. Okay. So this is for Tuesday, today, the 9th of February. We got, wow, yeah, everything happens for a reason. Trust. Trust in the universe. Trust in the goddess. She will not steer you wrong, or try not to. Here we go. A theme for Tuesday. For those down on a mission. Celebration. Celebrating people aren't dead. I have a funny feeling. All right. And their dogs. It was funny because the moon card has the two dogs howling at the moon, the domesticated and the not. And they had 3 dogs with them. So their dogs were in jeopardy too. So fascinating, right? In other words, those dogs may have been orphaned if they tried to come here. All right, here we go. Overall energy for today. For those down here on missions, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Those of us down here on missions, wowza, okay. Oh my goodness, okay. The blind seer, the seeker. That is indeed the Earth Goddess card right there, Fool card, and the blind seer. The rose is the blind seer. Yep, I picked up on that stuff yesterday. Whew. What's our highest priority for Tuesday for everybody down here on missions? Highest priority for today, please. Whew. Conservator. Withholding energy. And I need to move these down because the underlying goes first, because it kind of sets some sort of tone. And what do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for, please? Mindful of and or prepare for. Okay, Justice. The Chancellor. Angel of Justice. All right. Underlying. The Rogue. They're reminding me about that new moon in Aquarius coming up on the 11th. The Rogue card came out yesterday and again today. Celebration. That's a very Three of Cups card. All right. Wowza. What's underneath? The Ivory Shield. Queen of Chalices. And the Hollow Void. Missed opportunities. Or the Divine handing you one. I might know what that's about. Possibly. Oh, wow, that went flying across the desk. Wow. Everything happens for a reason. Whew. All right. The Rogue is underlying. The Queen of Cups and Four Chalices right underneath. And the Ferryman moving on to calmer waters. Yep. All right. The Rogue, Seven of Swords. The Rogue is mischief personified. Here you see the story of Loki cutting off Sif's beautiful golden locks of hair while she slept. Sif is the Norse goddess, of the earth, of plenitude and the grains, affinity, fertility, family, marriage, mother of might and magnificence. She was also a seer, which is interesting because the blind seer is right here. Yep. The mind, the thought plane, and the intellect are the weakening barriers to materialized success. The Seven of Swords denotes an unstable mind and unstable efforts. The Rogue is the spirit of cunning and scheming. We see compromised integrity, yet the Rogue is also the personification of one who is misunderstood. I know what this means for me. It'll be interesting. Some of you guys have a Queen of Cups around you, and whether they're actually that sign or, yeah. So when this spirit appears to you, you are the rogue in pursuit of an undertaking that diverges from the mainstream. Boy, I sure am. I bet you guys are too. You may get blowback for it, and yet take heart that the toad on the lily pad is symbolic of a rainmaker, an omen of ambition that begets plenitude, while the snail calls in the grace of the eminence, the blessings of the nine of orbs. A little bit of roguish behavior is called for if you seek to achieve your goal. You're being challenged to confront an ethical dilemma. Will you choose to follow the rules or will you break them? What's interesting is generally my girlfriend, she's a Gemini, pops up as my Queen of Cups in my readings. And what I have a funny feeling, this may pertain to you all. Possibly. Overall energy, the Seeker. This is one of the Fool cards. This is the Fool with, that is the Rose, the Goddess. It's one of the three. And this one is the Seeker. The Seeker is the Fool who seeks answers and seeks to know. Seeking insights. Because that Fool doesn't stop looking, ever. Never stop asking why. Never. And the Blind Seer, 2 swords. That's head over heart decision, using your intuition, because you are the Blind Seer. Using your higher self, the one in the triangle, to navigate the answers that you're looking for. And the Conservator is your highest priority today. Interesting, because it's the Sun in Capricorn. Right now, Capricorn is where Pluto is sitting, the god of the underworld, Hades. I know who he is. Or have a good idea of that. But he's one of the 3 brothers in the Egyptian thing. Egyptian pantheon. There's Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, right? Yeah. Pluto represents Hades. The other archangel on the world card, Uriel. Do tell. Yeah. The Conservator, 4 of Orbs. That's withholding energy or holding back. Holding back. Don't spend. Conserve resources. What does it mean for you? The Conservator is the maintenance work, investments, and natural resources needed to reign, rule, and order. This is the spirit presented in your life path when you are demonstrating an inordinate attachment to the material. Yes, this material world. They're back, and they're safe. Sir Peter's coming in the back door right now with Miss Misty, and there's my Queen of Cups coming up the... They're safe. Yay. All right. Our society has gone materialistic. I was watching a very wise Hopi tribesman talking about that, about our society being materialistic. And instead of being spiritual, they're being materialistic. Listen, there's 2 paths you can go down. 2 choices you can make. Either be materialistic or spiritual. I suggest a lot of you think about that really hard. You can't take that shit with you when you exit. Just saying. This is earthly power you are clinging desperately to at the expense of greater spiritual realization. The Conservator is both the spirit of that which is empirical and orderly, efficient and pragmatic, and also that which is self-serving, covetous, or parsimonious. For some of you, this is going to be getting your ducks in a row. For others, getting your ducks in a row on the research you're looking at. But for others, this is telling you to quit being so materialistic. It's your highest priority. And then, come on in. Huh? What? Yeah, I think. Oh, no, it's not. The internet's down. Sorry about that, guys. They're home. And the interruptions begin. It is what it is, right? All right. And my camera's bouncing like crazy. All right. The Chancellor. Major Arcana. Key 11. Lady Justice. The Angel of Justice. Okay. Key 11. This spirit represents recertification measures that counter karmic consequences. It is the spirit guiding you toward balanced judgment and making clear decisions as the blind seer. Do not judge based on appearances. Choose balanced action, balanced words, and balanced thought. That's why I speak so slowly when I do my streams and when I do videos and stuff, because I'm choosing balanced words, balanced thought, balanced action. When the Chancellor appears to you, it is a call to make the necessary adjustments so that you might restore balance. The Angel of Justice arrives when all considerations have been duly weighed and the resulting outcome of the choices you've made, your actions, and your speech has now been determined. Key 11 marks that point when the truth comes out. The scales of your life are about to get tipped so that the balance can be maintained. For some of you, this is stop being materialistic. Because like I said, there's two paths you pick. There's the spiritual path or the materialistic path. Because this is a reminder that your hearts are going to be weighed against a feather. So don't forget that. That inner work never stops. You got to do the work, live it, breathe it, feel it, release it, and then redo it, recycle over and over and over again. Because this society pulls us back into the materialistic. Okay, let's get an exiting message. An exiting message. And for some of you, you need to conserve because there's going to be upcoming things to pay out. Just saying. Wow, that one flew up into the air. Okay, fighting. That card has come up over there in that position. A lot of you are going to be fighting over what it is that you're spending. Because you know that there's karmic consequences that could pop up if you overspend. So keep that in mind. Remember, choose balanced words, balanced thought, balanced action, and conserve your resources. Remember, being materialistic is not all it's cracked up to be. It's very hollow, empty. Yeah. Very hollow void. Very much. All right. So, that's the reading for Tuesday. Tomorrow you'll get a weekly and the new moon reading. That hopefully is actually the new moon energy, not an emergency reading. All right. Remember who loves you more than anybody else. That's our symbol. Have a grand Tuesday.